How you guys doing? Okay, before we get started, we're going to do a little thing I call Name That Tune. I'm going to bring up a song, and actually going to be 3 songs. The first 3 people that get them will win a prize from our prize pack. And at the very end, the 3 people who win will come up front for a 1-song Name That Tune, and you'll have a chance to win an NES console complete with controller and a game. Original Super Mario Brothers. So if it's over Super Mario Brothers, you know, you have to say like, it's Super Mario 3, 2, or 1. You can't just name the series. You have to be, well, you don't have to tell me what exact board it's from, anything like that. You can't, so. You can if you want, yes. Yeah? You're doing it wrong. Yeah.
I didn't have it on the
Say it again. Period of time. That's right. I'll give a small hint. Think Disney. Think PlayStation 2. Which? 2? Yeah. That is Christmas Bound.
I was let's say something became a game.
It's Mega Man.
Which? Mega Man X. There you go. Jill Penguin. Immediate. Jill Penguin. Which I think is slowly becoming the best. And do you think that's one of the best Mega Mans out there? I know a lot of people. I watch a lot of speedrunners. It seems that seems to be the one that a lot of speedrunners want to master is that game over the older ones. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch over to this screen. We're going to do a little top 10 that I put together. Some of my favorite chip tunes and stuff that have to do with the holiday season, cold levels, snow levels. It's not necessarily based on so much difficulty, but just music that just when you hear it, or for me, it reminds me of holiday season. All right. So number 10 on my list, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. Hopefully a lot of you have played it. But number 10 on my list would be the Northern Hemispheres from Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo.
There you go.
Still my favorite. Have anybody played the new one, the Return that came out on the Wii?
It's hard.
It came out. It came out on the Wii. Did it get put on the Wii U? It is. No, which is what I like about it, because I mean these games.
Oh, I did that right. I recognize the statement first so many times.
And that's the great thing about the older games. Is I mean, you think, how did we complete the older games? When we were younger, we didn't have the internet and stuff like that to go to. We had Nintendo Power and game magazines that we had to hope in the next issue are they going to give us a walkthrough for that exact part that we're on. You didn't always have that. So that's why I love those older games, because they actually made you think. Whereas, not that games today don't, but it was just different. They were, in my opinion, they were much more challenging back in the day. There was a higher sense of reward when you actually completed, going through Zelda or Metroid, all the way through without any help. I mean, that's an accomplishment. They may have given you an aneurysm during it, but
Yes.
I think everybody has played some Mario Kart. Is this anyone's favorite out of all the Mario Karts? The original will still always be my favorite.
Double Dash. Double Dash.
Double Dash is the only one I don't have much experience with, mainly because nobody ever really hung out with me. I was playing so depressing childhood. We'll go to number 8. This one this next one, people may not have heard of or played. And Brandon, it's right here.
Oh, Goonies 2, oh my god.
Goonies 2 and NES. This game was a lot like Metroid. Brandon and I went through it. But we went through it with a walkthrough. We just wanted to complete it. Without that walkthrough, I don't know how anybody can actually complete that game just by using their brain.
It's the most random game. I was like that with the camera. You know, like natural ways to head. I was like that. It was so there.
Has anybody here played Shadowgate? Familiar with the game Shadowgate on NES?
Oh man.
Because part of this game, it takes you from that third person, that first person perspective, where you have to analyze every section of the room. And sometimes you'll go down 4 or 5 levels, having to go all the way back up to that one section, that one room to get that next item that you need. And it was just like Metroid. It was so frustrating, but it was all about exploration. A lot of exploration. All to save a mermaid.
On this, yeah. It's like, wow.
You saved the rest of the goodies, but overall you had to save a mermaid at the very end. Number 7.
Ice Cap.
Ice Cap, yeah. Favorite Sonics?
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I have to say Sonic 2.
I'm gonna be the odd one out. My favorite Sonic, just an actual like Sonic game, is Sonic Spitball. I love Sonic Spitball.
I wasted hours
For CD game, Sonic CD, all the way.
Yeah.
Japanese version or every version, I don't care. I love them all.
I'm trying to get my hands on actual Sonic CD now. That's a hard find. To find a case with instructions, that's not cheap. It's not cheap. But I mean, there's so many. The one thing I love about Sonic too, about the game, is they're not all done by just one composer. I mean, they have probably anywhere from 10 to 15 different composers that do each level. So,
Like Michael Jackson.
yes, there was a rumor that Michael Jackson, that he actually helped compose some of these songs, and that some of the tunes he made it into some of the albums. It was never confirmed that he was part of it, but that's a huge rumor that Michael Jackson helped compose music for this game. So if you listen to some of his earlier work, you can tell the similarities between some of the Sonic songs on Sonic 3 and Michael Jackson's music.
It was like Walker.
Classic, it's awesome. I'm one of the few who will say that. This one is more modern. It's a PC game, but I feel the music in this whole expansion is just.
The Lich King.
I mean, if you're running around Northwood, you can't help but just think of Christmas and snow and ice, and he's one of my favorite composers. I mean,
I wish it still.
The thing that I found out that I didn't know, that Brian here actually told me, is that J.C. Hastings was one of the big composers for this, but for this area, he actually didn't do any of it. Jeremy Soule, who was known for the Elder Scrolls series and Guild Wars, actually took over full composition for this area. So I found that very interesting.
Makes the composition. He worked like 4 hours.
Well, yeah. Do we have any current WoW players in here now?
I wish.
Yeah, I just recently started back up, so, and I don't know how I feel about the new expansion coming out, but we'll see. Train, I'm not a huge fan. Great Genesis game. Have you ever played Quackshot? Genesis Mega Drive? This is one of my favorite games. I played it. This is one of the first games I got when I originally got my Genesis, and just there was so much exploration. The game was just so much fun.
What's that?
What's what? Oh, that's his main weapon. It's a plunger. So you can get upgrades to where you can shoot plunge on the wall and actually use them as springs to get up to other areas. You had a popcorn gun that would just a scatter shot basically. You had a bubble gun which would remove walls and things like that. And it's just a lot of back and forth. Which is what I really loved about games. You didn't go to a zone once, complete it, and that was it. You were just finished. Each stage had like 3 or 4 different add-ons, so you'd come back and play their items. So it's just like, you kept replaying the game, the same boards, but every time you went back, you found a new area. And it was just so much fun. I don't know. DuckTales. No, Brandon's favorite game. Or close with Super Mario 2 and DuckTales. Has anybody played the remastered version that recently came out? That's what I hear. It's not as good as the original.
The music's still good. Like the music sounds really nice, but the gameplay is.
Did they keep all the original tracks just updated like how they sounded?
Yeah, they updated them. Like,
cool.
They're like more they're like sound nice now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to check it out, but I hear it's. What did you say? It's longer, but it doesn't. It's not. You can't explore as much.
The original DuckTales, like if you know what you're doing, you can sit down there and crank that game out in maybe like. I mean, you really
I think the record is like 15 minutes or
Yeah, you
under.
do it well under a half hour.
It's,
You know.
Number 3 on the list, my favorite of the whole series,
There we go.
the original Mega Man. It was awesome. I
The
love
only
it.
thing I don't think much is box art. They got the weirdest box art from American versions.
Oh yeah, it's like the dude in spandex, pistol.
Yellow sleeves. Yellow sleeves. And it's like, it looks nothing like it. Why the hell did we get the hair?
You need to make a live action movie based on the original artwork and have it be like Blade Runner. That's how I can see that happening.
Friendship ender.
Yes. Too bad you couldn't break the Indians. Battletoads is, in my opinion, one of the hardest games ever made.
You always feel your partner. You always go off.
Yeah, co-op was pretty much banned if you were going to play because you just unless they were on your same skill level when you had to do the motor races.
What do you think of your friend, like the motorcycle part and everything? You die, and your partner's like, what the F, man? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry I died. I'm not dead.
I
And
mean,
then
I
you start
feel
out.
so bad about
Your
those.
friend only has 1 life left, and you have 3. He's like, maybe I should just kill myself and get all 3 lives back. So he was like,
Or you get the one person who doesn't want to go, they kick you, pick you up, and end up throwing you off. You know, it's just like, come on. But definitely one of my favorites.
All the spray stuff like game is just ridiculous. Yeah. Big moves, turning into a bell.
it reminded me of, you ever play Jack Dexter?
Yes.
You know how you punch it, like his hand like enlarges, like a inflatable
Yeah.
bigger thing.
You like
Battletoads is a game I would love to see remade for a current gen console. I think they can do unbelievable things with that.
What is that?
Or as a live action movie, yes.
What's the company?
I can see Michael Bay taking that over and destroying it. Yep. This is our area for Final Fantasy VII. Mainly for nostalgia purposes, I have so many memories of this game, and this area, out of everyone in the game, drove me nuts the most. Because you could fall from hypothermia, the maze trying to find Alexander, trying to get all those hidden items, you could get lost. You could get knocked out and you'd be sent back to the inn. So, you know, and then you have to go back to the maze. And so you had to stop. When you're climbing up a hill, you would stop and like try to warm yourself up. You do it every little bit, otherwise you would just collapse. So it was frustrating. But it was, I still love it. Still love it.
How cool was it in the game?
Oh man, it was cool. Well, it told you. Didn't it tell you? Didn't it tell you? Oh, it tells you your body temperature? I mean, it was.
Remember one of the radios where they're climbing up this and that?
Yeah, you can envision that cold.
Yeah, vision that call. It was like, you know, I think it's a little bit hard to see that part.
And of course, you know, in the game they're wearing shorts and a t-shirt running through there with no boots on, so it's not like they're dressed for
I
it.
know, you know, this character turns on the
It's amazing they didn't get sick, because you go from the coral prison, from the desert heat, straight to the top of a mountain, and you're like 50 below zero, so.
Now, was this required area?
Say it again?
There's a lot of areas in Final Fantasy VII that were not required.
You had to go through here.
You had to go through it, yes.
You didn't have to go for Alexander, but.
No, you didn't have to go for Alexander, but this area you had to go up the mountain and stuff like that, yeah, for the story, yeah.
What's Final Fantasy VII?
PS1, yeah.
I think they're selling a copy of that in there.
Or your computer. Steam.
Actually, they're selling one of the copies that they have in there is the misprint copy.
Oh yeah?
I have that.
You guys got some pretty choice stuff between DuckTales 2
Yeah.
and the misprint stuff.
And 7 is still goes for a lot. I mean, if you try to find it, if you don't get the greatest hits version, I mean, you find it for 50, 60 bucks in the store. I mean, it's not cheap. I got the original and I got the greatest hits copy, so I'm holding on to those.
I get it for like 10 or 20 and
you can get it for, I think it's 10. It's 10 on the place I've never get. You can get 7, 8, 9. You can get Tactics. Can you get 6 on there now? Might be able to get 6.
It was a fancy or a lot of my friends loved Final Fantasy 6 in Japan. Final Fantasy 3 is original.
Yeah, right.
It was Final Fantasy 6. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely confuse people on that. Is there who here plays Final Fantasy? What would you say is your favorite?
6.
6?
And 4.
I would just have to say 10. Just gonna be the first one that we have on the wall.
10? Yeah, I love. I know a lot of people didn't like the voice acting of 10, but Titus is probably like my favorite.
Start laughing.
Oh, they're trying to do the fake laugh. Yeah, there are some things that make it kind of cringe, but
I'm 7, but I'm closet 9.
Yeah, see, I love 9 too.
Because
9's very underrated.
that's the kind of thing you're gonna say out loud.
I wasn't gonna say it. I'm like,
9 is really pretty.
10.
It's a really
I really like 9.
Visually, I love 10. In terms of like your skill tree, some of that, I love 8. I love the draw system, junction. I just think that's the best. And for a gameplay story, I love 7. But overall characters, I probably have to go with 6.
12, dude.
There are so many. What? 13. Dude, I played 12 for an hour and a half and I turned it off, and that was it. I couldn't get to 12. Because I didn't like just the random running. I like random encounters. I don't like running and playing. That's why, not that I didn't like 13. That was one of my biggest gripes with 13. It was very linear and, you know, you're running in the mobs. I like the not knowing, you know, when I'm gonna get into an encounter. I was like, okay, I can just run past this if I want to not get to the fight. It's very hard to pick a top 10 that is out of all the games that are out there. So are there any that I missed that I should have had on? I know I didn't have any. I know Pokemon ones. I hear there was a lot of, you know, Earthbound didn't make it, but I had it on some. I have it on there. But are there any additional ones?
Like in the earlier stuff, I mean, like, the only thing that reminds me of Ice is Lavender.
Andrew Matsuri, yes, I saw that on this as well.
And the Ice Kingdom from Paper Mario.
That's it.
Mario.
Makes me think of a great
You heard that one?
Yes.
That was good.
It's about the
It kind of reminded me of like Sonic
No, Scott Pilgrim was on the film on a lot of lists.
That also reminded me of Sonic Sides, reminded me immediately of Lavender.
My favorite Sonic Adventure thing, I love going riding down the snowboard and everything. It was like, it was like, I can't do it right now. It was so damn awesome though. I just loved it.
Now, if we weren't talking strictly winter music, what would you say is your favorite like OST for video games out there? If you had to pick like one game soundtrack,
Like earlier.
New or old?
any. From going all the way back to Commodore and Television, Atari, all the way up to Xbox One.
Really?
Mine is mine will either be 7 or Legend of Dragon for the PlayStation 1.
I guess for like more modern games, I really like Mega Man Command Mission, like Mega Man X. They have a really good soundtrack. And the Harvest Moon games are pretty good. Not all of them, but
Yeah, I heard really good things about it.
around like.
Harvest Moon is similar to Animal Crossing, right? I mean, don't you?
Or farming.
It's farming and stuff.
You're mixing a lot of different fan base for sure.
I guess they're kind of like similar, but I wouldn't say they're like in completely different classes, but I can understand why people would be reminded.
You're gonna see a lot of fans of both, you know.
Yeah.
But the difference is, like, Harvest
they
Moon is more of
usually
a
have a
solo
preference.
experience, and Animal Crossing is like a social one.
Okay, I got you.
Anyone play
You're very lonely farmer.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
In
Factory?
Fruit Factory.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good. Like Logan.
It's like Harvest Moon, but it has like
It's Harvest Moon
RPG
fighting.
elements.
Like,
Like,
and I really like
instead
the
of
series too.
buying a
Right.
cow to milk, you fight a cow monster and it drops it up. And then like you can give it items to tame it, and then you can fight alongside your cow monster.
Right.
Phoenix Wright.
Objection.
I don't even care what anybody else says. Phoenix Wright is definitely up there.
Injustice
we
League
found.
Plus.
I thought that was you.
Yeah, I was there.
It does have
Who's
some
it?
pretty
He was wonderful.
He's the only anime character I know that actually going to be there. I just gotta say that.
No gel. It's natural.
I actually have this one. I wanted to find a place on my list to put it, so I'm putting it as my bonus song. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself. I didn't realize it before I finished this list. It's right here. This is the game that I actually, for a while, was.
Contra, yeah. Freaking Contra.
I was trying to speedrun this game for a while to, get the world record, but I'm about 20 minutes off, so I feel like I have some work to do.
Were you using the code?
No, just 3 lives. Trying to get through 1 life with stretch shot.
You know what's really hard on the game? Hard forward.
I played the original, I played Super Contra.
It's like a Genesis one. That's what I'm talking about. It's one of the hardest ones I've ever played.
Yeah, Contra games are not known to be easy. God bless the Konami code, because without that, I don't think I ever would have beaten them when I was a kid. Oh, there's not yet. But who wants to win an NES?
Okay.
All right, so the 3 people who got the name that tunes right, why don't you go ahead and come up here? Okay. So we're going to do one song. Obviously, if nobody gets it, which is a different one, the first one you answer correctly will win.
And I'll raise your hand or yell it out. I'll be the judge of
Just
this.
raise your hand. And you want a copy of Mario/Duck. It's gonna go old school, super old school here. So,
Okay. What do you want to start off with?
let's start off with.
Don't say it out loud.
Let's start off with
Game.
These are gonna be a little more difficult, so we'll start off with this one. We'll do it for we'll play it for like 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Comic style?
By side.
You're not supposed
I
to
heard
guess
it
yet.
outside.
You guys gonna tell us after we stop guessing?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is once we're all done. Yeah. I wouldn't do this.
Does everybody get one guess?
Give it 10 more seconds.
We don't get hit on us for guessing, right? You get one guess.
Give one guess.
Just per song? Per song.
Any guesses?
Rayman? Okay, think, what do you think?
You guys get anything?
No, I got nothing.
I don't know. It's not clicking.
Okay, that was Echo the Dolphin.
Why would you do that?
That's why. I love that reaction.
But now that you know what it is, you can pass out. Oh, it's very quiet.
You want this one?
It's underwater.
Yes, do that.
Okay, guys.
Ninja
Yeah.
I mean, I win. We can throw a bleep in there. Yeah, I win, bro. Yeah!
Okay, thank you guys. I'm MTrip, known as Matt the Music Man. Brandon, we got Mateo, we got Brian, Marcy in back, Nick in there. We are Fame Flash Media. You can check us out on YouTube. We are on Twitter. We have Facebook, email. We have a WordPress. You can check it out on fameflashmedia.com. We have everything centralized right there. So you guys, thank you very much for coming out and enjoy the rest of the day at Holiday Matsuri.